so easy that anybody can do. And look at that yummy chicken vegetable curry. This is Monica with Nourished Functional Nutrition, and I'm coming today from my kitchen. I was gonna make some lunch for my family, and I thought I better record this because it's a great recipe. It's a chicken vegetable curry, and I wanted to share it with you. It's just super easy to make. So I had some chicken breast and some chicken thighs, and all you gotta do is you take a teaspoon of salt and you salt this, and you can find this recipe on my website at nourishedfunctionalnutrition.com, or you could also type nourishedfn.com if that's a little long. A little salt and pepper before we get started. We're gonna show you how easy it is to get nice lunch with vegetables on the stove. This only takes about 20 minutes. So I turn on my stove, get a pan hot enough to melt me 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I have 1 chicken breast and 4 chicken thighs. And you can mix and match, or you can just go all chicken breast, anything that you want, anything goes really. I used to be a terrible perfectionist, and I'm working on that. And so what you will see on here is what I found in my refrigerator, and I put together this recipe. Today I have cut up carrots and also shredded carrots because I didn't have all fresh carrots. And of course we are social distancing, so I only go to the grocery store once a week, and I just have to make do with what I have. So we start out green onions again. I didn't have a lot of green onions, but go liberal with these. I just had a couple of nubs left over, and that's what I'm using right here. Green onions are amazing right now in the spring, and they're called spring onions. They're bigger and they have so much flavor. They're awesome. We get the onions sautéing, and then we add the carrots. Again, I have shredded carrots, but usually you would just take 3 carrots and chop them up. So look how colorful that is already with the green and the orange, and it's so fragrant. I just love it. This is so easy that anybody can do it. Ginger, it boosts your immune system. It protects you against viruses, bacteria. Anytime that anybody has a sore throat in this house, I give them ginger. So you can just actually infuse it in hot water and some lemon juice and a little honey. Great for your throat. Be liberal with the ginger again. And if you like garlic, this will be the time. I tend to not use garlic a lot because some people in my family do not digest it well. The rest of us pay for it. What I chose to do was I ended up mixing it with turmeric and curry, and so I have garlic powder instead. It's a little gentler on the system. But raw garlic, if you can tolerate it, is great for your immune system. With the cumin and the turmeric, you can smell how wonderful this is. Okay, so what I do is after this is sauteed, I set this aside and put it in this bowl. You can use the same pan to saute your chicken. And you can actually start with sauteing the chicken or the vegetables. It's up to you. Again, a tablespoon of coconut oil. Then we're gonna batch this chicken, and it will start taking on the flavor of the spices. All this chicken is a little salt and some pepper. That's it. You want it to kind of brown a little bit. So I'm gonna let it get nice and hot there while I get another bowl to put the cooked chicken in. All we're trying to do here is brown the outside of the chicken. It will finish cooking with the rest of the veggies. And if you are a vegetarian, you can still make this using tofu or even beans. You can use fish also. And what I would do with the fish is I would add it to the finished product at the very end and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Say you wanted to make salmon curry, I would saute all the vegetables, add the broth, add the coconut milk, and then right before turning the stove off, I would add the fish pieces, and that would only take about 5 minutes of cooking time, and then you'll be done. I'm gonna get my coconut milk ready, and this is the simple coconut milk organic, which is native forest. And the reason it's simple is because it doesn't have any of the gums, and those gums like xanthan gum and the different gums that are used in food processing will affect your gut and create inflammation. Hi. You may see my mother out the window. She'll get to have a little bit of lunch with us. Over here I have the sweet potato I cut it into chunks, and the broccoli here. One of the things that I have been doing during COVID-19 and the social distancing, trying to flatten the curve, is I have been buying extra vegetables and I freeze them. I don't have to go to the store so often because I love my fresh vegetables, but when you freeze fresh vegetables, they're almost as good as fresh because they preserve all of the nutritional content. And if you're gonna make a soup or a stew, something like what we're making today, it doesn't really make a difference. The only time that it makes a difference is if you were eating it raw. Putting my chicken in a bowl, setting it aside. I love the color. That turmeric and that curry just give it such a nice color. So now that we're done browning the chicken, we add the vegetables back in with the sweet potatoes and the broth. 2 cups of bone broth, chicken bone broth. This is gonna be so good. And then we're just gonna let those potatoes cook for a little bit, about 10 or 15 minutes. When they softened up, then we will add the rest of the ingredients. So it looks like our potatoes should be done by now. They're nice and soft. We just add the chicken. And that is going to be cooking for a few minutes along with the broccoli. It's been all chopped up and ready to go. It was frozen, and so it's cold. We're gonna let this simmer for another 10 minutes or so before I add the coconut milk and the basil. This is done. It's been 5 to 7 minutes. We just add the coconut milk. So creamy and nice, and then basil right on top. We stir it all in, and look at that yummy chicken vegetable curry. Ready to go. So good. You need to try this. It's delicious. I hope that you guys like this recipe. It will be on my website, and you can download it anytime at nourishedfn.com. My name is Monica Paz. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. Give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, everybody.